morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. David. Good morning to all the special guests in the house. I am simply overwhelmed. I can see a lot of my mentors, colleagues. I am so grateful that you made it to this event. Thank you all and welcome.
Thank you. Can you imagine? So short, sharp, and straight to the point. And you know what she said? I can see a lot of my mentors. Fear catch me. Because when my Oga says she's seen her mentors where me, I am sitting, I need to behave myself. SARS and MAS, that are mentors to my Oga, please accept my extended request to be another mentee. I'll see you after the class, sir. All right. Now, let's move to the keynote address. You know, what we are here to discuss is something very important. But let's quickly, brush through this other one so that we can go to the crux of the matter. To give us the keynote address today, on your screen, you'll be seeing an SSA to the president on education matters, someone I have worked with, a very fantastic human being. But because of other national commitment or assignment, is not available presently. He will join us as we go along. Permit me to speak in his stead to give us a goodwill, someone that when you hear a name, if you live in Nigeria, even if you don't live in Nigeria, when you hear a name, it resonates. It sends a message. Someone who is the founder of the Nigerian Network of Non-Governmental Organizations. Someone that I met when she came to watch a stage play that I acted in called Jogbo, the story of Mrs. Fumilayo Ransom Kuti. By the way, I'm an actor, I do stage plays. So I acted in one play called Jogbo, story of Mrs. Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, and I met this wonderful woman. What am I talking about? Mrs. Yemisi Ransom Kuti, to give us goodwill message. Over to you, ma'am. Please kindly unmute Mrs. Ransom Kuti. Are you there, ma'am? Mrs. Ransom Kuti.
Okay.
Great.
I have unmuted myself now.
Great.
I've been allowed to unmute myself. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for this lovely introduction. Yes, you are a great actor. You don't have to tell us. We can see that from what you have been performing this morning.
Thank you very much.
It is a really great pleasure to be part of this event. When you are older, I wouldn't say old, I would say older, in my mid-70s now, you want to see your country blossom. You want to see the energy, the creativity, the dynamism that is bubbling under the surface, that is ready to create and recreate a new Nigeria. That is why I'm always so happy and delighted when I meet young, intelligent, passionate, committed people like Eniola, whose integrity shines through. Her love for humanity, her love for her fellow country people, her love for children, her understanding that the key and the foundation to any great nation is the mind and the hearts of its youth. I mean, I get thrilled every time she wants me to do something, because I'm more than ready, happy, and willing to be part of her world, because that's what gives us hope, people of my generation. Because when we look around and we see the corruption, the decadence, the fact that the infrastructure is not working, the fact that We lived at a time when Nigeria worked. We're living at a time when, we're saying, what happened, oh? Hey, what is happening? Oh, we don't know where we're going, oh. Then when you see the young people like Eniola take hold of the reins of leadership, understand their responsibility in being part of molding and making that change happen, taking ownership of making their country work. It is with joy that I say, Eniola, congratulations today. I've been part of your work, and I am more than thrilled to be part of this ceremony today, where you've crystallized a lot of the work you have done in concrete terms, in visible terms. And I'm hoping that those who are in the government agencies who are present in this forum are not saying, oh, we have wonderful people like Mrs. Eniola Olajobi, let them carry on with it. No, 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 no. They need the support of government. They cannot do it alone. They need government to come in, partner with them, and create a critical mass of those who are engaged in utilizing this tool, these kits that she has developed. So I'm hoping that I'll see it in every school, that government will patronize her and make sure that it is available. They will be the one buying it. So government, are you hearing me? You are the one that will buy these kits for every school. To start with Lagos, because we're in Lagos. Let's not condemn the federal now. Lagos State, all the government officials who are here, please take note. Initiatives like this must be supported by government to have the effect that they should have. So congratulations, my dear. Once again, always delighted to be part of your wonderful circle of admirers, supporters, and friends. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much. You see, that point where you were talking about when you see young people who are intelligent, industrious, enterprising, and all that, and you mentioned Mrs. Eniola. I knew you wanted to mention my name too, but at that point you just thought, okay, don't let me say something so that you won't feel. But thank you very much.
By the way, it's Miss Ransom Kuti. It's Miss Ransom. I'm not one of Fela's 28 wives.
Noted with thanks, ma'am. Miss Ransom Kuti.
I'm the head of the Ransom Kuti family now. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, ma'am. And correction taken, Miss Ransom Kuti. All right, there you've heard it. You are in the educational sector. You are a parent. You are a sister. You are a mother. You are a father. You are a brother. You are a nephew. You are a niece. You need to have this kit. We are going to get to that point where we understand what exactly makes up this kit and what does it do. But before we go there, let me quickly recognize. Remember earlier I recognized all of you and I thank you for coming. But let me quickly recognize the following people. First on my list is someone that is a mentor. There are some people you have you take as mentor, but they do not know. So you are a mentee by observation. Yes, this person falls into that category. He's the managing partner of Veraki Partners and is also the president of one of the foremost religious groups in this country. Please join me to welcome Mr. Olaniyi Yusuf. We appreciate you. Recognize your presence. Welcome, sir. Quickly, I'll go to the chairman, Board of Trustees of Association of Private Educators in Nigeria. Sir, permit me to ask you. Okay, don't let me ask you directly, but I'm just asking you, maybe later on when you have the opportunity to speak, you'll tell us. I know Sister and Uncle Corona affected the educational sector so much. And here you are the chairman, Board of Trustees of Association of Private Educators in Nigeria. I'd like you to share how you have been, coping with your members and all that. Dr. Olufemi Ogunsanya, you are welcome. We appreciate your presence. The MD, when you say MD now, M and D can mean different things. MD that we mean here is Managing Director. Managing Director of Education Partnership Center, Lagos, Dr. Modupe Adefeso Olateju. We appreciate you. We welcome you. President of National Association of Private School Proprietors of Nigeria, NAPS, Otumba Yomi Utubela. We also recognize and appreciate your presence. You are welcome. Mrs. Buhari, we appreciate you. You've spoken earlier. Miss Yemisi Rasoguti, you see now that I'm a good student. I'm picking that correction. We welcome you, ma. We appreciate your presence. Non-executive director of the board of Learn Africa PLC and the CEO of, now, I need to be careful in pronouncing this, but I'll spell it, JADEAS. Pronunciation and enunciation is very important when you're speaking. So I won't pronounce that because I don't know the pronunciation. But Mrs. Yetunde Aino, we recognize your presence. We appreciate you. If you are in there, kindly give me the correct pronunciation of that word, JADEAS. Are you there, ma? Okay, let's move along. Principal partner, Beren Associates, Dr. Adeyemi Agbelusi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Captain Bolaji Agbelusi, Managing Trustees, Diswell. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Educational Foundation. You are welcome, sir. We appreciate you. Mrs. Tony Awofeso, Global Education Influencer. You're welcome. Dr. Kafaya Ogunshola, Consultant Psychiatrist, Empathy Space NG. You're welcome. Mrs. Basirat Razak Shoaib, Founder, the Winford Center for Children and Women. We appreciate your presence. Mr. Abdullah Shoaib, CEO, Jais Charity and Development Foundation. We appreciate you. We recognize your presence. Mr. Modupe Kadiri, CFO, MTN. The CFO MTN here. Mrs. O, don't worry. The launching of this book is sold out. Welcome, sir. We appreciate you. You're welcome. Mrs. Wumi Tolu Alalade, advisor to the Commissioner of Education in the State. We welcome you. We appreciate your presence. Sir, Mr. I don't know if it is Alaji or Doctor or Professor, but I'll just mention Mr. Adeniji Raji. Welcome, sir. We appreciate you. We love your presence. You were here ahead of time. Thank you. Every other person that I have not mentioned your name, not because I chose to ignore you, but because time will not permit me to everybody. I see you, I welcome you, I appreciate you, and I thank you for coming. All right, now let's go to the next item on our agenda, which is the exclusive author interview. We need to hear from the brain behind the Life Kids. What exactly led her to this? We have some questions that has been prepared by one of Africa's best producer at Pulse TV. And you hear her saying "gegen." When you hear someone say "gegen," it means the film is about to begin. Please, if your hands are not busy, join me to welcome Miss Funmi Akinshola as she takes the exclusive author with the interview. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. I really must commend you, MC. Your mouth is really sweet. You really know your work. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's get to it. Good afternoon, Miss O. How have you been? Congratulations on the launch of your.
Thank you so much. I'm good. I'm good, and you?
Okay, can the interview commence? Ms. Funmi, can you still hear us? Okay, I think she's trying to reconnect. No technology issues. That reminds me, you know, the day we have now, everybody needs to understand how to use technology. If you are not vast in using technology, sorry, but you need to learn it. Because now we have been forced to have meetings virtually, even though, you know, worlds are gradually relaxing, the lockdown and all that. But hey, you can never be too careful. You can never be too careful. Miss Fumi, if you are on again, please let us know. But before she comes up, Mrs. Olajobi, I'd like to ask you, just to set the tone for the interview before Miss Fumi comes in. How, what happened for you to think about this? What exactly? In other words, some people say, what is inspiration? No, me, I'm not asking you for inspiration.
Okay, yeah.
Host, can we mute everyone, please? Host, can we mute everyone who is not speaking, please? Yeah, thank you very much. So, Mrs. O, what happened? I'm not asking for your inspiration, because the inspiration now was when I was in the room. I was not thinking. When I was batting, so I'm thinking, I'm not asking you for inspiration. I'm asking you, what happened in Yoruba parlance? They say kilo shelle, kilo fa. What brought about the Life Kids?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Adegbidi. Good morning once again, everyone. It's great to have you all here. I hope you can hear me clear. Okay, so talking about what inspired the Life Kids, I would say that it's a pileup of what I've done in the last 1 decade, but what pushed it and what made it take off at this point, I would say, is the pandemic, the lockdown. Yeah. So at the beginning, I couldn't access the children, teachers, and parents that I would usually take through sessions, whether to improve their study habits or self-esteem issues and all the rest of them, or whether they had one learning challenge or the other. And I realized that I needed to simplify my tools for parents to be able to use at home for their children. And so I started that. I started sending worksheets. I started sending checklists to parents at home to follow up with their children. And I realized that for the older children, they were actually old enough to do some of those things themselves. And then something struck me and I said, okay, why can't we have self-help tools for emotional wellness? After all, for physical health, for even spiritually, there are things we all do by ourselves. We don't have to go to see the doctors all the time, except there's a need to. There's certain precautions we know to take on a daily basis. Brushing our teeth, having a bath, and all what have you, exercise, good food, and all that are all part of what makes our physical health in good shape. But we don't have to visit anybody to know to do that. So I thought, okay, why can't we also have self-help little tips? Little tips, we call them, but they go a long way. Little things like saying the way you feel. So, you know, there's this auto response, especially in this part of the world. When you ask a child, how are you doing? The automatic answer is, I am fine, even through the tears. So I just thought simple tips like helping children to know that it's okay to express your feelings. When you're not feeling fine, it's okay to say you're not fine. It's okay to say, oh, I don't feel too good, or I'm not happy because of this or because of that, rather than teaching them to suppress their feelings. And then when they become adults, they struggle to get help if they need to get help. And then if they have to show those feelings, because they're human, they can't always successfully suppress those feelings. When they end up showing the feelings, they'll show it in inappropriate manners. So teaching them to show feelings, we may think it's something very small, but I believe can be the foundation of a very solid emotional wellness. So I just put together all the toolkits and I try to simplify in a way that anybody can use, children can use for themselves, parents can use for their children, and teachers can use in the classroom for their students.
Wow, that is deep, deep, deep. I don't need an external person to tell me that you're passionate about what you do, especially this Life Kids, because from the way you are speaking with oomph and panache, I can see passion oozing out. And that is to tell you that this is not just anyhow kids. It's not just a kid someone sat down and just put two and said, okay, 2 + 2 is 4. Mind you, 2 + 2 can be 10 if it's in base 2. So meaning that 2 + 2 is not always 4, you know? So thank you so much, Mrs. O. Miss Fumi, are you back online now? Is Miss Fumi with us now? Miss Fumi?
Yes, I am. I'm back now. Sorry about
Okay,
that.
great. So now I hand over your duty back to you.
So and I've been enjoying your interview. Okay, so Miss O, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about the earlier
No
glitch.
problem. Yeah.
So I wanted to find out from you how the response has been, because I know, for example, I got a pack. I've given you that feedback, but I wanted to find out from you how the initial feedback has been from people that you have given the life kit to.
Well, the feedback has been quite eye-opening for me. I have received a lot of positive feedback, and I've also received feedback as to some of the things that would need to be reviewed from time to time. For example, there's the helpfulness quest, which is 10 tasks that children are meant to carry out to win the trophy, the helpfulness trophy. And my intention was for that activity to last at least 1 month. But I've had one of my users finish up in 2 weeks. But I wanted it to last up to a month so that a habit is formed already, and that can help to sustain that willingness or wanting to help at home or wanting to help people generally. So there will be some reviews as we move on over time, but so far so good. I've got a lot of very good responses and feedback already, and I think that we have some of our reviews here today that we'll all watch together.
Okay, fantastic. I also wanted to find out from you. So the kits, can a child use it without a parent, without a teacher? Can they just pick it up on their own and make use of it?
Oh, yes, they can, especially for children that can read already. So there are affirmation cards that are just very simple words like, I am intelligent, I love who I am. So things like that, the children can read it on their own. The journals are also very simple. The feelings corner, they just tick off their feelings and then they write about other things. There's also the gratitude part of it and the mindfulness, which helps with concentration. So yes, children can feel it themselves. And even for the younger ones that cannot read yet, I'm talking about 3 to 5 year olds, the toddlers and preschoolers, if it's been used consistently with an adult for a while, the children tend to identify that this is this. They may not be able to read it out verbatim, but they know what it's used for, and they chant some of those affirmations, which still has the positive effect on them.
Okay, great. So, Miss, I know that you're a psychologist, and this is not just some random product you just made, because like in Nigeria, this one is said people quickly want to do it. So it's carefully thought out. Can you tell us the psychology, especially for like the affirmation cards? Can you tell us the psychology that you put in behind every product? Why is the because some other person will say, why they need to go buy the affirmation card of the school? Why is the affirmation cards, for example, very essential to a child's emotional and mental well-being?
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Fumi. So the thing is, the way our mind is a part of us that exists, and we cannot deny this fact. So the honest truth is, the way we feed our body with food, the way we feed our soul with spirituality, whether in forms of prayer or anything across religions, is the same way we should feed our mind. Is the same way we should take good care of our mind. So whether we accept it or not, the mind is being fed anyway. But if we don't take care to feed our mind with the right kind of balanced diet, if I'm permitted to say that, what we'll realize is that the mind is being fed a lot of toxic materials, poison or what have you from the environment. So what do I mean? When you say affirmations, research has shown that what you say to yourself over and over, you will believe it, because the brain is almost like a dummy. That's how come you watch a movie that is fictional and you know it is, but because you saw something scary, you suddenly have goose pimples on your body, or you begin to cry because somebody you admire in the movie died, because your brain believes it. So in the same way, when we say things to ourselves, oh, I'm a success. telling yourself, I'm a failure. And if we look at it, one of my very good senior colleagues, Mr. Taiwo Akilami, always says, there's too much toxins in the hair. The kind of things that children watch, the kind of cartoons, the kind of books, there's horror everywhere. And these things have very, very negative effects on our mind, whether we can see it yet or not, whether we accept it or not. So the psychology behind the kit is to bring back positivity and encourage us to do things that we ordinarily can do if we are, if we're mentally and emotionally balanced to take on the act.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So, because the Life Kit is supposed to also go into schools, how do you intend to get it to cut across, especially for the teachers? Do they need to get some form of training to be able to use the Life Kit for their children, for their students in their school?
Okay, so already we created a jumbo version for schools, and this is where we have the self-help guide in a much bigger version, and it has the flashcards are now in charts that we can paste on the walls in the classroom and all that. And I said, simplified, they don't have to get training. But because I realized that the product is still a bit futuristic to certain audience, I have done training for some of the schools that want to adopt, and I'm willing to do more trainings for school teachers on how to use the Life Kit.
Okay, fantastic. So now I know it's very essential for us to catch children very early, but I wanted to find out, are you planning to make Life Kits for the parents too, for the teachers? Because you see that even the parents raising the children also, that many of us don't have, self-awareness. We really even don't understand how important our own mental well-being is. I was talking to you this morning of how I thought program was at 6. I left work yesterday. I'm at work this morning. Please, I need a Life Kit too.
Okay, so I've actually gotten quite I think about 10 requests now requesting for Life Kit for adults, and I said that, well, that's something that is in the making, but it's not something we have ready yet. Yes, it's important for us as adults. A lot of the coping mechanisms and a lot of techniques that I recommend today, I also started to use them as an adult. So I understand perfectly when you say adults need a Life Kit as well. And yes, we're working on that.
Okay. Well done, well done, well done. Thank you. I think those are all the questions I have for you. I don't know if the audience have any other questions I can read out, but Mr. MC, over to you. Thank you very much. Well done, Ms. O.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi everyone, I've got great news for you. So here with me, I have 3 different packs. They're called Life Kits, and they are meant for the emotional wellness children. This one here, I have the content of the pack and I'll be showing us. So there's an emotional wellness journal.
Okay. Sorry about that. Like I said, technology, we are learning every day. So I moved from 2 laptops that decided to show me. 1 minute, please. All right, thank you very much, Ms. Fumi, for that wonderful session. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I'd like to know if you can hear me. Okay, great.
Yes, we can hear you.
So there you have it. You've heard. Thank you so much, sir. There you have it. You've heard some of the thought process that went into getting this wonderful. Now, before we go ahead, a video of what people have been saying about the kids, those that are watching. Before we watch that video, I want to use this opportunity to get some good messages from some of us that are here. And let's start with Mr. Brainy Educare. Use this opportunity to tell me if it is IG or doctor or professor. I'm calling you Mr. Apologies in advance. Over to you. Google message about the kids. Thank you, Raji. Yes, please. You want to say something? You're still unmuted. Yes, muted. Can you unmute Mr. Raji?
Oh, thank you very much. First, let me congratulate Mrs. Olajobi for this brilliant work. Of course, having known her for over a few years, being part of our Board of Governors at Lekki Muslim Schools, his contribution has always been excellent.
Okay.
And I'm sure that this Life Kits will be of immense use to parents, teachers, and the pupils. It is important that children get to know who they are, what their feelings are, and how to express and control themselves. And I think it's key that these kits are provided or are bought by schools, teachers, and even parents, because the pandemic has taught many parents their inadequacy in being able to follow their children in learning. So I think the parents also would need this kit very much. I can assure Ms. Olajobi that the Lekki Muslim schools will procure these kits because I know it is very useful, and once more I want to congratulate her and wish her all the very best for the future. I thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for that precise and words of commendation. Thank you very much. I'd like to go straight to the MD of Education Center Lagos, Dr. Mrs. Okay, I'm going to put Mrs. Dr. Please put over to your good message. Unmute Dr. Professor. She has a lot she wants to tell us, and the longer you mute her, the longer she will what she has to tell.
Yes, the president was in this course. Or the CEO of this.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm hoping that you can.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning, and thank you very much for the opportunity to be here to participate in this wonderful launch. I just wanted to. I actually have some of the books here, with me. When I received this from Eniola, I was absolutely fascinated. It was I had 3 books in a pack. I opened them, I looked at the packaging. I think what struck me was the thoughtfulness that went into this, and the whole, there were affirmation cards in there, there were bags, in there. It felt like somebody had really taken their time to think deeply, about emotional wellness, about digital infrastructure for young people, and just being safe at this point in time. And obviously, I have a little person who's very excited about the books here as well. So I think what I just want to say is thank you. I'll just go on mute for a second.
Go ahead, ma'am. Okay. I think technology has received the future. Okay. I'm trying to resolve with him. Thank you very much for the few words you have said. We understood and we got the message that you said fantastic, awesome, inspirational. Words is not used for me. Affirmation. I tell myself, it's more like my I'm telling you, I tell myself that matters. Need to encourage the children to understand that self-confidence is the first success. If you don't right? I like also to was on the bottom left. Seems like Now, the funny thing about it's but you those driving when you pass the very funniest old men that when they wake up, and the word you snap it. So when I now it's all about message would like I would like to hear over to you, sir. Osuma, you're muted. Okay.
If you remove your video, the audio might be much better.
For me, sir?
Yeah, maybe because you are mobile a little bit.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me better now? Is the audio better now, sir? Please, I would like to know if you can hear me very well. Okay. Is Otumba, okay, it's better. Thank you very much. Is Otumba Yomi Otubela ready for us? Okay, if it's not ready, Mrs. Yetunde, know, are you? Okay, Dr. Modupe Adefeso, I can see that you are back. We would like to get some words from you. Goodwill message from you. Dr. Modupe Adefeso, over to you, man. Please unmute yourself, Dr. Modupe. We can't hear you. Okay, unmute. Host, can you unmute her, please? I can pick what she's saying from her mouth, but I cannot hear her, but I can pick. Okay, great. Now we can hear you.
Thank you very much. I've been unmuted now. I'm sorry for the interruption earlier on. I really just wanted to say thank you very much to the author. I feel like this is a fantastic set of resources. And I was saying that I feel a lot of thought has gone into developing and writing these resources, but also in packaging them in a way that is attractive and in a way that makes people want to open and read them. I love the affirmation cards. I have gone through them. I actually have one of the packs here. I have all three. And I feel like this is an effort that needs to be commended through and gotten into as many hands as possible. So I really just wanted to say thank you very much to Eniola Olajobi for this fantastic effort, and very well done to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We say thank you to you too. Thank you so much for those words of encouragement that the kids are a result of detailed thinking, detailed work, detailed research. Our children, they say they are our future. But if you don't build well, how do you have a fantastic future? Okay, Otubela, are you there? Yes, if Otubela is not there, I can. Okay, Otubela, are you there? Okay, I'll come back to you, sir. I can see my daddy here. Alhaji Eme Flower. Sir, I can see that you have already typed something, but I want to hear your voice. We want to hear your voice. Yes, Alajeme Flower, please give us some goodwill message. Host, kindly unmute Alajeme Flower. Okay, everyone is unmuted. Please unmute yourselves and go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Wa alaikum salam.
Today is a happy day for me.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm proud of you guys, husband and wife. They're a good example for others to emulate. This new initiative is unique, and from the comment I've received so far, I've heard so far on this platform, I honestly believe that you will go far, and this product will go to the nook and corner of this country and probably beyond. I encourage you to spend more time in innovation and in retraining yourself too. We look up to you for new packages and hope that this will be the beginning of success that is unlimited. Good luck. What a final idea. Thank you.
Amen, Thuma, amen. So for those of you that do not understand the first and the last words of our Father, all what he was saying is that may the peace and blessings of God Most High that created you and I be with all of us. Lobaton. He's not saying anything out of the ordinary. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much for those good, wonderful words of encouragement. Thank you. Now, we have met agenda 8 and 9, that is the engagement piece and what people are saying. So now let's show you Snapchat. No, not Snapchat. Snapchat is an app now. Let's show you tidbits, yes, of the Life Kids in action. And immediately after the tidbits, we are going to be going to something called launching. Please, this is not the time to go to the gents or the time to go to the lake, or the time to go and check what is on the fire. This is the time to sit put. Let's see the launch kits, Life Kits, I beg your pardon, in action. The Life Kit in action. Let's see it. Then we'll come back to launching. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this.
Boys and girls. Good morning, Dad. How are you today? I'm fine. Fine. In as much as it's okay to say when you are asked how are you, but it's even better to see how you really feel. Okay? So what do I mean? Today we're going to feelings. How to express our feelings the correct way. So for instance, I have a chat here. Looking at this chat, you can see different feelings. Right? Yes. Okay. For instance, is what? Sad. So today, what we're going to do is that with us. We have our feelings there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tick how we feel. Okay? So let's do that in our journal.
I'm beautifully created.
I am beautifully created.
I am beautifully created.
Okay. That is just a piece of the iceberg. A tip. Yes, piece and tip. So far you get on the, you understand what I'm saying? Yes, you understand. Thank you. Thank you. The tip of the iceberg about the life kits. Now you can see that with the kids can understand. Did you see what I did there with the kids? The kids. Oh no, that is, we call it alliteration. When you use consonant sound over and over. Mrs. Olajobi has taught me something. You can see that the life kit is already showing in my personal life. So the kids can use the kids personally to become aware, to be positive in their thought, in their orientation, to be mindful, to ensure they do what they want to do, and is to say how they actually feel. If I ask you now, how are you? The very expected answer is, I am fine, thank you. But are you actually fine? Are you actually fine? You know, let's live this life of, I'm looking for a better word, where we cover everything. We assume everything is beautiful and rosy. It is called life because it's supposed to be up and down. It is a, according to the scientists, it's a sinusoidal curve. It's supposed to go up and come down at different parts. But because we are human beings, we want to let everyone know that, my life is beautiful. Some people even say that I am fine in Jesus' name. Hey, it's not about the religion. It's about seeing how you feel exactly. How do you actually feel? How do you do? How was your day? When you come back to school, you say, when you come back home, you tell the children, how was school today? And they say, fine, and you are okay with it. No, now. Let them talk. What happened in school? Which teacher looked at you one way? Which boy bullied you? You know, this is how you get to know what is happening in their own minds, because they have a wonderful mind of their own. All right. So that I don't bore you with all my stories, let's go to the launching. And please, this is where I need your support. I need your support. Me personally, I need your support. Please, host, can you give me a picture of the kids? And I also need a picture of our bank details. Because when you say launching, we have to launch this book. Cost price is 10,000 naira. But because we are launching, and I'm magnanimous, and I have told Ms. O that because we are launching and I'm magnanimous, the least amount I will take today is 5,000 naira per pack. You see what I've done? I've given you 50% off. But there are certain people I will not take 5,000 naira from. Yes, I will not take 5,000 naira from you. So before I call your name, please, if you are led by the Spirit, just come forward and tell me how much you are going to use to launch this book. Before I call your name. Going.
Going.
Okay, let the plane go. Host, please mute that. All right, thank you very much. Let me also use this medium to say, may the souls of the departed in the just of the helicopter air crash yesterday rest in peace. Amen. So let's go to the launching. Since you have refused to mention your name, I will start with my mommy, my personal mommy, who is the head of our family now. For today, I belong to the Ransom Kuti family. Tomorrow, you can yank me out. But for today, since you are the head of our family, I am sure you will adopt me for today. Miss Yemisi Ransom Kuti, official launching. What do you want to start with? Just give us your start price. Now, okay, Olajobio, I support you with this to launch this book. One sentence. Over to you, man.
Eniola, you know we're together forever. So my contribution cannot even be quantified.
Yes, ma'am.
So I would say for an undisclosed amount, because I think it is not right to make others feel embarrassed, because my amount will be so large, they will begin to think that they will feel one kind. So I don't want to embarrass anybody.
You don't want them to feel one kind.
Eniola and I will talk. She knows we're together in so many different ways. Once again, I wish this project huge success. You put so much into it, and you are more than worthy of seeing it become a global brand. So one of these days, I expect to see it in some bookshop in Oxford Street or Manhattan.
That's it.
That's it. In Paris.
That's it.
So I have launched it. It is flying. So everybody just begin to follow me quick.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, ma. Fantastic. We never carry last. It's not only worry that doesn't carry last. In the Ransom Kuti family, we know they carry last. But I am going to accept this, the words mommy used when she said undisclosed amount. I'm going to accept it for her alone. Every other person that comes after her, please feel free to make the other person shift in his chair. Give me figure. I want to hear figure. Give me figure. All right. So let me quickly recognize the presence of all the NAPS representatives in the room. We have representatives from all the 36 states. Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, NAPS representative. Let me quickly go to our father, Alhaji M.F. Flower. Launching. One sentence, just the amount you are launching with. I don't want plenty talk. Daddy, one sentence. Mo to lati bere wo lọ́wọ́ yín, but no, mo lati bere lọ́wọ́ yín ẹ̀yin daddy mi. Mo to lati fún yín instruction, but ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín, I am in charge today. Just one sentence. How much are you launching with? Over to you, sir. You are muted. Host, can you just unmute everybody so that we can have this tap, and we move on to the next thing. Alhaji M.F. Flower, you are muted. Okay, while Alhaji is trying to unmute himself.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
all right.
Great.
Since you have called on me, okay, I will support the launch with 50,000 naira.
50,000 naira. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. That's 10 times the original price of 5,000. The launch price of 5,000. Please, host, you need to take these things down. Thank you very much. If you don't want to mention your figure, please feel free to just send your transfer to our account. We have already shown the account. But if I call your name, you don't have a choice. You have to mention the figure. If I don't call your name, then you can do your transfer silently. But be sure that I'll try to call as much as possible. I'll quickly run to Mr. Olani Yusuf, the managing partner, Veraki Partners, and president of a world-renowned religious body in the world, not only in Nigeria. Mr. Olani Yusuf.
Thank you.
The launching fee.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Eniola. I'll follow in the footsteps of MF. Thank you.
Okay, another 50,000. Please, I think I have to be putting caution now. The next set of people, don't follow in anybody's footstep. Come in your own footstep alone. Don't follow any footstep. Walk your own footstep. All right. Thank you, sir. Mr. Alani Yusuf. Another 50,000. So let me go to Dr. Olufemi Ogunsanya, Chairman Board of Trustees, Association of Private Educators in Nigeria. Are you there, sir? Okay, are you there, ma? My sincere apologies. Dr. Olufemi Ogunsanya, Chairman Board of Trustees of Association of Private Educators in Nigeria. Are you there, ma? Okay. As we go ahead, Dr. Modupe, the MD of Education Partnership Center, Lagos. Come in your own footsteps. One sentence. Luncheon, luncheon, luncheon. Dr. Mo. Okay. Once you connect, you give me your price, your figure, I mean. Otumba, your meal Otubela. Okay. Otumba Yomi is joining us soon. Mrs. Buhari, who gave us the welcome address? Mrs. Buhari. Mrs. Buhari, Mrs. Yetunde Aina. Dr. Adeyemi Agbelusi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Agbelusi, yes. Okay, so nobody is speaking. No. Captain Bolaji Agbelusi, Managing Director, This World's Educational Foundation. Is it that my technology is poor that I can't hear those that are speaking? Or is that nobody is speaking? I need to be sure. Nobody is speaking. Ah, Mr. Adeniji Raji, I heard your voice and, sir?
50,000.
Okay. Daddy, it's okay. It's okay. I accept it. I accept it. I know that you came in your own way. I accept it. Thank you very much, sir. Another 50,000. Now, I just have 150,000. I want to leave here with at least 1 million. And I know we can do it. At least 1 million. At least 1 million. I have just 150,000. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This is Basirat Razak Shuaib. Are you there? Mrs. Tonya Wofeso, Global Educational Influencer. Mr. Abdullah Shuaib, CEO, Jais Charity and Development Foundation. Jais will give us money. And they even wrote there, Jais Charity. My name is Charity. Okay, now the rains are here, so it may also affect our technology. But please, if you can't speak, just send me a chat. Send me a chat. You can see, I can see some reviews. The book is very insightful and useful for my children. And you see our bank details too. Please send a chat on the amount you are launching with if you cannot speak to us. Mr. Modupe Kadri, the CFO MTN Nigeria. At least MTN can give us like 500,000. Is MTN. Anywhere you go, we see MTN. So our book too has to get to everywhere you go. And you can support us with 500,000. If you want to prove to us that you are the leading, no, okay, don't let me put you on the spot. But CFO MTN, we expect your launch amount. Miss Wumi Tolu Alalade, Personal Advisor to the Commission of Education, Lagos State. Lagos is a wonderful state. It is my state. It is our state. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó òun gangan ló jẹ wá lógún. Ìgbéga life kit gangan ló jẹ wá lógún ní èní. Bye bye. Tí life kit yìí bá ti lọ sókè, ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó is going up. Once the life kit is going up, ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó is going up. Fantastic. On behalf of the Zwells, we have an amount. We'll partner with Brainy Educare to disseminate copies of the kits to a group of children free of charge before the end of 2020. Fantastic. You can see it's not compulsory you launch with, okay, don't let me go there because everybody will not be saying on behalf of partner. So I will say that. Thank you very much, D Zwells. Is that the pronunciation? D Zwells. There's no D. You know that I went to evening school. My apologies. Zwells Educational Foundation. On behalf of yes, on behalf of the Agbelusi family. We appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir. So please, like I said, you can send me a chat if you cannot speak. All right. So at this stage, I think the launch will continue via chat. I expect to receive your launch via chat so that we can move on to the next item on our agenda. But before I move on to the item on our agenda, there are certain people that have not heard their voice and I need to hear their voice. They need to tell me how much they are launching this book with. Dr. Kafaya Ogushola, consultant psychiatrist. Are you there? Oh, fantastic. Wow. You know, when you make a pledge and you keep your promise, it's one of the signs of a successful person. Someone, I know I have to mention his name because when he pledged publicly. Mr. Adeniji, Alhaji Adeniji, Professor Adeniji, Dr. Adeniji, Raji has fulfilled his pledge. 50,000 naira. Sorry? Oh, we've gotten 3 alerts already. You see, my people are on top of their job. As the alerts are coming in, they are alerting me. As the alerts are coming in, they are alerting me. So we've gotten 3 alerts already. And I can confirm to you that Dr. Adeniji, Professor Adeniji, Alhaji Adeniji, Mr. Adeniji, all this person is one person. So don't be bothered. He has done, he has fulfilled his pledge, and I believe others too have fulfilled their pledge as they have promised. Thank you so much. So what you have shown me now is that I don't even need to start saying anything here. You'll be throwing the alert in. Yes, we also have a mobile app. Yes, we have a mobile app. You can download that on okay, Eniola Idris, I see your hand. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Big money. 200,000. Okay, no, it's not 200,000. Great money. 20,000 paid. Accepted. We appreciate you. Any amount, it must not be 5,000. That's my own. Anything from 5,000 upwards, nothing below 5,000. God bless you. Yes, we have an app. You can also check this through our app. You can download from the Google Play Store. Yeah.
Why?
Sure. Okay, it will be launched on Google Play Store in a month. We are putting finishing touches to it. All right, so let's keep the alerts coming. Let's keep the alerts coming. Now let's go on to, at intervals, I'll be asking for those that have made the alert. Please don't leave it. Don't leave it. Don't leave it. All right, we'll move to the book review. We'll move to the book review. But before we go to the book review and extra goodwill messages, I have someone in the educational sector. Now, the name, I'll pronounce the one I can pronounce. And by the time I call her, she'll give us the full meaning or the full name. IVIE is called Ivy. Isibo. That's Isibo. I know it very well. So I've pronounced it. I know I can pronounce that very well. Yes. Where is she? Is she? Okay. Ivy or Ivy Isibo. Ivie, 3 pronunciations. Ivy, Ivy, Ivie Isibo. Please, anyone that is your own there, choose it. Forget if the Ivy is not pronounced well, don't bother. But I know the Isibo is pronounced properly. So just concentrate on that Isibo. Now correct me the way it should be pronounced. Yes, ma'am.
Is Alioboa.
Aleboa. Is it French? Okay. Alioboa. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. So your review.
Supporting Mrs. Olajobi with 20,000 naira.
How much?
And
How much?
For the book, 20,000.
Okay, 3,000. Okay.
20,000
okay,
naira.
No problems.
20,000.
Oh, 20,000. What is wrong with my ear? Please let me think. Where is cotton bud? Something is wrong with my ear. 20,000. God bless you, man. Fantastic. All right, let's go to the. You have something to say about the book? Yes. Go ahead, man. No. Host, remove the leader. Mute the leader. Thank you. Let's go ahead, Mrs. Isibo. Is it Mrs. or Miss? Mrs. Isibo. Let's go ahead, ma'am. Oh, technology. Uncle Technology has visited you. Oh, I can see Uncle Technology is with you. But once technology is fine, please feel free to go ahead with your review. So while technology is sorting out, madam, let's go for the book review too. So who's taking our book review too? Let me see. 1 minute. All right, so Mrs. Isibo, are you back on? By the way, Mrs. Isibo is the admin head of Avicenna International School. When I was in secondary school, this school, I heard the name, Avicenna. I said I will go to that school. I did everything possible. It's not that I don't know book. I'm very, very intelligent. But you see, my power and my parents' power, it did not match the power of the power that is asking for the power around Avicenna. Fantastic school. I've heard a lot of good reviews about that school. Very, very good school. Well done, Mrs. Isibo, for good job you are doing there. Admin head, Avicenna. Okay, so let's hear you, ma'am. Go ahead. You are muted.
No, it's not. Still mute.
You are muted. We can't hear you.
No, it's still muted.
Yes, Mrs. Isibo, you are still muted. We can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself, Mrs. Isibo. Okay. Technology visited her again. Let's go to Mrs. Abimbola Shomolu. Is it
Okay.
Shomolu?
Okay.
Mrs. Isibo is back. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, for the books, I got 3 parts of the books. And first of all, the packaging, fantastic. And I was looking at the packaging, and before I went into it, well done, fantastic job. I met you a few years back, and I met you when you were having your camp, the children's camp, and I really admired you. You did that camp at Avicenna. I think you had the camp twice in Avicenna, and it was fantastic because the coordination, the well-behaved children, and everything was well done. Because the school really allowed people use their facilities. For the very first time, the way we gave it to you was the same way you gave it to us. We had children, but it was fantastic the way you coordinated the children. For this park, a few days back, I was discussing with my colleagues, and we said to them, this pandemic period has really driven some children out of board because you find them feeling bored. Those of them are just one child, maybe an only child at home, feeling really lonely, do not mind you what is really happening. They want to come back to school. But you see, this book, when I went through it last night for the second time, I discovered that a lot of children will be going through a lot. And with this book, I think and I believe it will help a lot of children to understand the beauty of life. I wouldn't want to say too much, but I tell you, these are fantastic materials for children. And again, when I saw the age group, I was, oh wow, I've hardly seen books like this for that age group. It's usually for adults, teenagers, and for this age group, fantastic. I'll just say well done, and we'll keep supporting you. I'm there for you in Abyssinia. I will always support you, and I will give you the feedback to the chairman, and I'm sure the chairman will also send the message across to you. For next week, Monday, you will surely hear from me, from the chairman. Thank you very much.
Hey, these are the kind of messages I like to hear. Next week, Monday, you will surely hear from me, from the chairman. Mrs. Ibo, let me hear from you, from the chairman too.
That one I was standing is just a picture.
Thank you very much. I see that you nodded that I'll hear from you. I will keep to it. Thank you so much.
And for one, I can't see the
account details.
I can't see the account details.
It's in the chat room, but we can also send it to you directly. Host, please send account details to Mrs. Isibo privately. Thank you. Okay.
I can't see the account details. It keeps scrolling out.
So it should be sent to you privately now. You see it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's move to Mrs. Abimbola Shomolu, the founder, Bimbo Family Affairs. It's a family affair. So you hear Bimbo Family Affairs. She's not talking about just Bimbo area. She's talking about family. Anything that has to do with family. She looks into family affairs. Help us reshape it, rejig it to make sure it is going as planned. Mrs. Abimbola Shomolu, are you there? Okay. Ms. Abimbola, are you there? Ms. Abimbola? Ms. Abimbola? Okay. While we wait for her, Treasure Chunu. We have a 7-year-old. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-year-old wants to give us a review about this book. So that shows you people are already using the book. Now let's hear from a child's perspective. Treasure, please let's hear from you. Treasure, are you here?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Treasure, over to you. Let's hear.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is TJ. I'm Treasure's dad. Yeah, unfortunately,
Daddy.
I am not with my son. I'm not with my son. I had to rush out for an event. I'm in the car. I'm trying to rush home when I heard the name. So I have to just park and respond here. I hope I can get home on time, probably in the next 5 minutes. But I would say this is my son. I've never really seen my son love books other than watch TV. He loves to learn. He's an aesthetic learner. But getting this book, I think all of a sudden I see him wanting to read everything. He's sleeping. The book is literally by his pillow. And then I'm wishing, why am I not a 7-year-old? So I certainly want to say a big thank you to Eniola, Dr. Eniola, and the work she's doing with Brainy Educare. Thank you so much. I have not personally gone through the book because he wouldn't allow me to touch it. It's like, Daddy, this is for me. I'm like, okay.
Don't go area.
He says I have my shelf full of books, and this is his own. I should leave it for him. So I think I'm going to keep him. So hopefully in 5-10 minutes, I should get home and probably get him on the screen. But I just want to say amazing work. Getting my son that engaged means that work was a good work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We can't wait for you to get home. You will get home very soon. We will wait for you till you get home. We need to hear from Treasure, but fantastic comment from you, Daddy. Daddy, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Just let us know once Treasure is online, then we'll give her the slot. Give him the slot. I beg your pardon. He's a boy, yeah? Okay, great.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, great. So, Mrs. Shomolu, are you there now? As we wait for Mrs. Shomolu, we also need to begin to prepare for the question and answers, because I know some of you have questions to ask the author. Yes. I know some of you have questions around the book, and some of you, okay, another, oh, fantastic. You see, you guys are wonderful. Can I give you an award? The best virtual audience in 2020. Thank you so much. You know why? I'm seeing a lot, left, right, center. Yeah, just throwing it in, left, right, center. Thank you very much. Daddy Treasure, I see that you have sent in your contribution. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Others, as you do, I will just be sure that as you do, I will see the alerts. I will. Thank you very much. Mrs. Shomolu is here to join us. So let's take it this way. If you have a question, can you raise your hand virtually? I believe we all know how to raise our hand virtually. But if you cannot, or if you don't know how to raise your hand virtually, please just type your question as a chat, and I'll read it to the author who would tackle it, take care of it. We plan to be out of here to finish this program, worst case scenario, by 2 o'clock. Mrs. Eniola, am I speaking your mind?
1 o'clock.
Oh, you said 1 o'clock. That means we have about 12 minutes to go. Am I speaking your mind? Oh, okay, as the anchor, please permit me to add 30 more minutes. So plus or minus 1:30, we'll be out of here. We'll finish this program 1:30, plus or minus. That means we can finish before 1:30, but it won't exceed 1:30. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. TOF Nation, that is Daddy Treasure. I also see that you said you support in marketing across your network. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you very much. Everything is not about money. There's social capital, there's network capital, and there's net worth capital. Whichever one you can use to support us, we will accept. Thank you very much. So let the questions start rolling in. The questions, send me questions from the chat or raise your hand virtually so I can call on you to ask questions. I'm not seeing any hands up yet, and I'm not getting any question in my chat yet. Okay. Do I take it that we don't have questions for the author? I don't believe that. I believe we have questions. So I'm going to also still wait a bit to see if the questions will come in. I've not seen anybody raising their hand virtually, and I've not gotten any chats yet. I've not seen anybody raising their hand virtually. Let me ask us a question. Since you don't have questions to ask the author, let me ask us a question. You know, for those of us that have kids around, whether our own or family or something, do you sometimes marvel at the kind of questions they ask you? You know, sometimes some children will ask, why, Daddy, you said God can do everything. And you say, yes. Then you now go, but that day that I asked you to buy me this, you said that you don't have money. Why didn't God give you money? You know, those kind of questions, they ask you those questions, and you be like, well, at the end of the day, what I usually do, I'll say, when you pray, tell God to give your daddy money so that he can buy that book for you or buy that bicycle for you. But what I'm trying to point out is that we look at them as kids, but they are not kids. So their reasoning, their thoughts, their mind, their brain. Have we ever even wondered why a child kicks in the stomach? You know, you are talking, you know, mothers talk to their children while they're pregnant, and they respond, meaning that they are listening to you right from the stomach. So it's not until they come out you think the intelligence is built right from. I'm not a educationist. I don't know anything about child psychology, and I'm not a woman, so I don't know how the pregnancy thing happens. But I know definitely that children are sensitive, they are intelligent, and they know more than we think they know. So most times we often underestimate them. And this life kit is an opportunity for us to do what? To come together and ensure that we understand their language and we work with them. All right, so there are no questions. Let's see. There are no questions, so let's move on. I'm not getting any question via chat or raise of hand. So I'll move on to closing remarks. Oh, I now understand why Mrs. O said 1 o'clock. So we are almost at the end of the program. Do I have any question for the last time? Do I have questions? Questions for the last time? Questions? Questions? No question. All right, let's go to the closing remarks.
Hello, my name is Zara Buari, and today I'll be discussing the teen lifestyle Caniola Lajavi. I've had this for a little over months now, and I think it's been very helpful for me to be able to track and kind of better myself as a teenager and as a person. I think personally that it's a very great kit to help teenagers better understand and better help themselves, and I think it would be a great purchase for anyone who is willing to buy it. I hope this review has been
Fantastic. There is a part of that that I love. He said, this book is my non-judgmental daily companion. Did you see that? Non-judgmental. That tells you that sometimes we judge these kids, we judge them, and we don't even know. We are not doing it with bad, negative intent, but we just unconsciously judge them. So the child said, this book is my non-judgmental daily companion. Profound. All right, to round up, would like to show you our app. Just a 1-minute video of where we are with our app and what it can do. Host, over to you. Okay, so as you can see, can you show us how to even get to this stage? Or this is where we see, is it on Google Map or iOS? Okay. So this is the app. Yes, I can. Your emotional wellness companion. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I rule my digital world. Fantastic. So once you log in, you can see it says, welcome, Damilola. Welcome, Babatunde. Welcome, Treasure. Welcome. Let's go on. Okay, it gives you a brief intro. This guide has been carefully put together to ensure that you make the best use of your special journal and flashcard. The whole idea is to help you become the very best that you can be. Each segment of the journal has been carefully crafted to ensure, okay? So now it goes feelings, affirmation, mindfulness, exercise, healthy eating, helpful quest, gratitude challenge, games. You see, you have about 8 different things you can talk about: activations, mindfulness, exercise. How do you feel today? You see, bored, excited, happy, sad, angry, surprised. You need to be able to pick one. So you ask you, how do you feel? You are happy. Hey, I feel so happy to know this. Yes, I feel happy too. I feel happy too to know that I'm happy. Can you see this? It delves in further. What made you happy? What are you grateful? I think it would be nice, it would be right for us to take the vote of thanks. But before we take the vote of thanks, I'd like to mention that my job as the anchor or moderator or host or MC or Toastmaster or whatever word you want to use for this event ends here. I would like to appreciate you. Thank you very much for being a very wonderful audience. I'd like to thank my daddy, Alhaji MF Lawal. I'd like to thank my new mommy, Ms. Yemisi Ransom Kuti. I'd like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank Mrs. Eniola Olajobi for giving me the privilege to come on this platform. I'd like to thank everyone that spoke. Mrs. Isibo, wonderful people. Thank you so much. Daddy Treasure, if you are home, you still have 1 or 2 minutes to bring Treasure on board. But if you are not home yet, please concentrate. Don't drive like James Bond. Concentrate, drive, take it easy. We'll speak to Treasure another time. We have gotten the feedback from you. And I tell you today that the best investment we can have is in the investment in our children and ourselves. Because don't forget, you have a life to live. Your kids have a life to live. Ensure you invest in both of you adequately, correctly, and positively. My name remains Babatunde. My father, my parents is Adigbindi. So Babatunde, the son of Adigbindi, newly adopted Ransom Kuti, saying good afternoon and have a pleasant rest of afternoon as I hand you over to Mrs. Eniola Olajobi, a woman of timber and caliber. Good double. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Babatunde. Thank you to all our amazing special guests, to all our invited guests, to everybody that made it to this event, those that are watching live from YouTube and those that made it to the Zoom room. I want to say a very big thank you for your words of encouragement, for all the reviews that you've given. They mean a lot, for the contributions and the donations towards the launch. I'm really very grateful. I'm very happy that you were able to make it to the event, and I hope that this is just the beginning. Like Mr. Adegbindi said, we'll be launching the mobile app of the Life Kit in exactly 1 month from today, by God's grace. That's on 29th of September. And as you can see being posted on the chat, we have the authors platform, which is our tribe, Brainy Educare Publications. So it's an online community that every one of us here can join. And the essence is to get the latest updates about our new publications, because the Life Kids is a big name for a series of emotional wellness packs. So hopefully we're coming up with the confidence kits, the anger management kits, and so many others. And we want to keep you in the know. So this is the platform, the Brainy Educare Tribe, where you can actually keep up to date with all the necessary information, including when we launch out the app. It's going to be free for a couple of weeks before we begin to have to pay to access. So please, let's tap into it so that we can use the free version and we can get a feel of it to be sure that it's the best for us. Yes, thank you all once again so very much. I really appreciate your time and your resources. I'm really short of words. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and God bless you all. Dr. Olajobi will give the vote of thanks. Okay, so I guess I'll just do the roundup. Mr. Adegbile has handed over to me already. And well, I'll just repeat very much what I've said. Thank you all once again. God bless you. I wanted to say have a safe trip back home, but I guess we're probably all in our homes or in our different places. So thank you once again, and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.
My name is Taiwo Akinlami, the preacher, and I want to congratulate Mrs. Eniola Olajobi and her entire powerful and innovative team for this awesome work. These 3 resource materials. Yes, I can. A self-help guide for emotional wellness for twins and teenagers. Yes, I can. A self-help guide for emotional wellness for children between ages 3 to 10. I Rule My Digital World, a self-help guide for beating digital addiction. Wow, I've gone through these materials. They are awesome, they are useful, they are meaningful, they are inspirational. I tell you, friends, at this time when negative entertainment is the order of the day, when it appears that we have lost our moral compass, our dignity in terms of providing and producing positive entertainment, Mrs. Eniola Olajobi has taken the bull by the horn by producing this awesome.
I grew up with my identical twin, who was an incredibly loving brother. Now, one thing about being a twin is it makes you an expert at spotting favoritism. If his cookie was even slightly bigger than my cookie, I had questions. And clearly, I wasn't starving. When I became a psychologist, I began to notice favoritism of a different kind. And that is how much more we value the body than we do the mind. I spent 9 years at university earning my doctorate in psychology, and I can't tell you how many people look at my business card and say, "Oh, a psychologist, so not a real doctor." As if it should say that on my card. this favoritism, we show the body over the mind. I see it everywhere. I recently was at a friend's house and their 5-year-old was getting ready for bed. He was standing on a stool by the sink brushing his teeth when he slipped and scratched his leg on the stool when he fell. He cried for a minute, but then he got back up, got back on the stool, and reached out for a box of Band-Aids to put one on his cut. Now, this kid could barely tie his shoelaces, but he knew you have to cover a cut so it doesn't become infected, and you have to care for your teeth by brushing twice a day. We all know how to maintain our physical health and how to practice dental hygiene, right? We know it since we were 5 years old. But what do we know about maintaining our psychological health? Well, nothing. What do we teach our children about emotional hygiene? Nothing. How is it we spend more time taking care of our teeth than we do our minds? Why is it our physical health is so much more important to us than our psychological health? You know, we sustain psychological injuries even more often than we do physical ones, injuries like failure or rejection or loneliness. And they can also get worse if we ignore them, and they can impact our lives in dramatic ways. And yet, even though there are scientifically proven techniques we could use to treat these kinds of psychological injuries, we don't. It doesn't even occur to us that we should. Oh, you're feeling depressed. Just shake it off. It's all in your head. Can you imagine saying that to somebody with a broken leg? Oh, just walk it off. It's all in your leg. It is time we close the gap between our physical and our psychological health. It's time we made them more equal, more like twins. Speaking of which, my brother is also a psychologist, so he's not a real doctor either. We didn't study together, though. In fact, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life is move across the Atlantic to New York City to get my doctorate in psychology.